Shall we get started with Unit 8? Unit 8 is about voting and its different methods, such as paper ballot and electronic ballot. Let's look at our words and phrases first. Vote 하면 투표하는 거죠. Voting, 투표, 선거, voting, voting. Tricky, trick에다가 y를 붙여요. Tricky 하면 까다로운, 곤란한. Ballot, 이거 발음 주의하시고요. Ballot, 비밀 투표, 투표 용지입니다. Ballot. Even if 비록 뭐뭐일지도 라고 얘기할 때 even if 그 다음에 뒤에 이유를 얘기하면 되죠. Candidate, 후보자예요. 지원자, 후보자, candidate. 그리고 you can meet candidates at an election, 선거, election. 1-point lesson. You can use even if when you mean in spite of the fact. For example, 이거 뭐야? The ink wouldn't come off even if I used soap to wash it off. Or, even if he was sick, he always went to work. Even if는 비록 뭐뭐일지라도 라는 의미로 접속사입니다. 예를 들어, 잉크가 묻었어요. 나는 그것을 씻어내기 위해서 비누를 사용했지만 잉크는 그래도 지워지지 않았다. 영어로는 The ink wouldn't come off even if I used soap to wash it off. Or 남자는 아팠는데도 불구하고 항상 회사에 갔다는 영어로 뭐라고 할까요? Even if he was sick, he always went to work. 라고 한 말을 하면 되겠죠? I'm sure even if you are sick, you always study English, right? Oh, of course you do. This time, let's listen to a lecture with our key vocabulary. The woman is talking about different voting methods. Listen carefully.
Good day, class. We will now continue by discussing different voting methods. One of the trickiest problems with votes is to make sure no one gets to vote twice. So many different voting systems have been created. In Egypt, you would have to put your finger in a puddle of ink. Then you would put your fingerprint on a paper ballot. You'd put your mark beside the candidate you like best. The ink wouldn't come off for several days, not even if you used soap and water to try and wash it off. In America, you might still vote with paper ballots. You may even mark your ballot with an X. In many other elections, you can write down a candidate's name, raise your hand, or even call out a yes or a no. Now, with computers, the way people can vote is changing around the world. In 2004, in the nation of India, 380 million people cast their votes using EVM, electronic voting machines. These don't use paper or ink. Instead, the voters enter a voting booth and touch a screen to choose their favorite candidate. In the future, we may all be able to vote from home using the internet. But until that day, it is good to know that many systems are in place to make sure that elections are honest.
Tell me how to use the EVM or electronic voting machines to vote. Okay, the voters enter a voting booth and touch a screen to choose their favorite candidate. 유권자들은 자신들이 지지하는 후보자를 뽑기 위해 어떻게 하죠? 기표소에 들어가서 화면을 터치한다. 너무 쉬워요. It's kind of like using a smartphone, right? All right, everyone. Great job this unit. We'll see you in the next unit. Bye-bye.